Hello, this is Howard Schnellenberger. I have a son that's an alcoholic. When I found out that my son was an alcoholic, uh, it hurt me personally, and it made me angry, and I really didn't know what to do. Um, but as the time went on, it was obvious that my wife and I couldn't deal with it, and that we had to get help. So we went through the thing like most people do, get them checked into rehab centers at places, pay the money to get them well. They get well for a while, and then they fall off the wagon again. So it's a difficult thing. It, I had to call on all my strength to continue my life, my work, my raising my other children. But it's just a very difficult thing to do. My oldest son got into it first and really made it difficult. The amount of money we spent on that rehab uh, almost put us into bankruptcy. Uh, Tim's came along after that and put another strain on us. But when they're sober, they're wonderful kids. It made it a lot tougher to be a father. I don't know if it made me a better father, but it sure caused me depredation to have to fight that battle along with the other battles I had to fight. But this is true everything in life. The time if you went out in these kinds of battles, you come out the end a lot better person than you were when you went into the thing. So yeah, I think it made me a better father, and I hope and I know it helped them become better children and better people. I had much more control over my team than I did of my children because my children were not always, and your children are not always in your house, but when you have a team, they're right there with you. You get them up and have breakfast with them. You're with them all. You send them to class and you check on them going to class. And if they're not going to class, you fix that real quick. And then you go out and practice and you work them hard and you put them through the boot camp. And when you have a lot of children that you're watching over 120 kids on each team, and you're the coach, you have to treat them as your children, and not to worry about how good of players they are. Worry about how good of players they are, but that's not the only thing. Help them become better men and help them to become ready to become fathers and husbands and fathers, and to take an active place in society. And the rewards you get by having a team that does well and does well on the development as a man, as a person, uh, is so rewarding because those players know that you as the coach had a great deal in helping them become men. The hardest part of getting helping my son find sobriety was at the toughest time, right in the middle of his escapade that lasted a lot of years. That we finally decided that we would use the Marshman Act to get him under our control, and that was a super tough time in my wife and I's life when we were down in Miami Beach trying to find him and trying to get him under our control, where we could get him into a rehab center that would do some good. And even for an old tough coach, that was a tough thing to go through. And but it had to be done. Beverly, my wife, was right in the middle of it, and we got him, found him. He agreed to go to the police station. They took him, put him in, I guess, in a holding for a couple of days, and then from there to the hospital. And that was the beginning of the wonderful thing that happened after that. That he finally found a place where it gave him a new and better outlook on life, and that he started to grow and develop. They had to go to a boot camp in Mississippi that took people in for the long term. Much like we do in football, we go to training camp. We call it boot camp. They also do this in the Marine Corps, and train and heal. And thank God we were able to get him down there, and he fell in love with it. After a short period of time, I'd say probably 6 months, he was feeling like he had found his answer. He stayed on for another 6 months, and then after that, when he was ready to leave there, he stayed on in Mississippi to work, so that he would make sure that he had gained enough confidence and belief in the big book premise that they were working with down there. It's kind of like they do in Alcoholics Anonymous, and he felt that was the changing point in his life. And after that, he came back and has done a lot of good things with his life. And Beverly and I are so proud of him and so pleased with him. Not only because he has come back to life, that he is now a upright, solid citizen with a vocation. I wish I would have been lucky enough to have found recovery boot camp in our first encounter with rehab. I think we wasted a lot of money, a lot of effort, and a lot of time. It's very important that if you're going to find something that you have the best chance to have success, it has to be long term. I really admire the staff that Tim has put together here at Recovery Boot Camp. Most all of them are recovering addicts. Most of them are on the threshold of their lives, developing into maturity and then to command positions. And they, like Tim, are on a mission. They have a vocation, and they are religious about what they're doing with these kids, and they feel the responsibility of to have success in each of the addicts that they have here in Recovery Boot Camp. I don't know where else you could go to find a better uh, relationship and a better plan to have success as to be something that you can truly hope and will get. Well, if you're going to go to boot camp, there's no better place to go in paradise, and that's where we are here in Boca Raton or Del Rey or uh, anywhere here in South Florida. You got a beautiful day. You get up in the morning, it'll be beautiful. If it rains, it'll go away. It's going to be hot, but it's not going to be in the hundreds. It's going to be cold, but it's not going to be below 50. And a gentle ocean breeze, and it makes living easy, and it makes study easier, and it makes you feel better without even